What's up, guys? Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's okay steering wheel holder, self-proclaimed, of course, as your host. Before I get into this video, I want to make sure that all of you guys know that if you're thinking about coming to Prime, interested in coming to Prime, yes, I'm wet right now. I just walked in rain. It is very rainy right now in Springfield. We're getting ready to go. Anyway, if you're thinking about it, and I know a lot of you are, I know that to be fact, but if you're thinking about it, first, please consider using my driver code, you guys. Jen and I put an enormous amount of time into helping new drivers come into the Prime world. Both of us are on the phone, text messaging almost every single day with potential drivers, future drivers who have questions, comments, concerns, etc. So we're not just throwing our code out there. You know, we're putting in the work to kind of help you, and if any of our videos are helpful to you, consider using our driver code. Prime kind of gives us a little bit of a bonus when you use that code, so it's a huge help to us. It's a huge help to help us keep, not that we only do it for the money, but it makes it feel better spending so much time doing it. So my driver code is ODOMEJ. It is in the description below. Also, I highly recommend that you use Barbara Brown as your recruiter. She is amazing, you guys. I talk to her every single week. I'm actually going to be interviewing her for a podcast in the near future. She's been with Prime for like more than a decade. Her husband's been with Prime for more than a decade. She's awesome. And we've gotten nothing but good feedback from potential recruits who've talked to her, asked her questions, you know, gone through the application process with her. Her phone number and her email address and my driver code are in the description below this video, so make sure you open that up. Take a look at it and give her a call if you have any questions. You can also call me. Well, text me. I don't answer the phone that's in the description below because it just rings all the time. And half of it's, you know, people tell me my car warranty's is expired. But send me a text message and I'll usually get back to you within a day or two. I get text messages from drivers every single day, and I try to get back to most of them as quickly as possible. So feel free to reach out to me. One of the questions I've seen it in some lives that I've done recently, is what kind of freight do you typically haul with Prime? And it's a great question because not only am I happy to answer it for you just to give you some general knowledge, but also because in my video, my top 5 reasons for choosing Prime Inc., which I'll link to that video below, I talked about the fact that the type of freight that Prime Inc. Has such great contracts with was a big deciding factor for me going to Prime or coming to Prime to pull Prime freight. Because when I was trying to find the right company that had the right fit for me, I wanted a company that was somewhat insulated against economic downturns. And being that Prime is the largest refrigerated fleet in the country, it seemed like it was probably the most insulated against economic downturns. And that has proven to be true, because even last year, you know, in the whole, you have to cover your face and don't cough on anybody and stand far away from all humans, when that whole thing started, the economy was going through a really tough time, right? We didn't slow down, and the reason is that when everybody was at the grocery stores trying to find meat, potatoes, eggs, you name it, orange juice, all that good stuff that they were trying to keep the shelf stocked with, that's what we haul. So when the U.S. economy, when everybody was kind of holding on to their money and the only thing they were buying was food, right? That's what we haul for the most part. Now, I can't speak to tanker and flatbed. That's a whole other area. I think most of our tanker is food grade. I may be wrong on that. I'm not even going to try. I know a lot of our tanker is food grade, so So that's relevant too, but I only have experience with reefer. So in answer to the question, most of the freight, even freight that is not food, and I don't want to talk too much about that freight just because there's just certain protocols. We haul a lot of freight that, yeah, I don't want to talk about that freight, but we do haul freight that is not food, but is just as detrimental in economic downturns as food is. But most of what we haul is food. And if you've only got 50 bucks in your pocket and you've got a family, you're gonna go buy that food, right? So that is one of the reasons when things shit kind of hits the fan, prime trucks are still, especially reefer, are just cranking. We are chewing the miles because we're the largest refrigerated fleet out there. So that would be the first thing that I'll add to that, is because of the type of freight that we haul, it's a great company to be with if you're looking for some security, if you want to make sure that what you haul, I mean, if you haul like TVs, phones, things like that, dry box, then that fluctuates big time, because consumers aren't always ready and willing to go buy TVs and phones. That's not something that you have to survive, right? To live on. Food is what you have to live on. So really important part there, guys. But as far as the type of freight that we haul, man, I'll tell you this, guys, it's going to be hard for me to put a figure on it, but I would say, and this is kind of another question that I've seen before too, is how often do I haul the same things, like the same customers, same shippers and receivers? Believe it or not, I'm working on my 3rd year with Prime, and believe it or not, probably 4 out of every 10 loads we haul are at places, either the pickup or the drop-off, that we've never been to. Almost 3 years in, we still, to this day, are experiencing new customers, new shippers, new receivers, new manufacturers, new distribution centers, all the time. Every week, we're going somewhere new. Now, 6 out of 10 times, it's somewhere we've been before, and usually that's because we want to go to those. But my point is, the diversity of the product and the cargo that we haul is vast. You are always going to experience something new. There's drivers out here who have been on the road. I talked to my TNT trainer. He was here at Prime yesterday. He's still out there going. He's been driving for Prime for 8 years. He's still out there going to new customers every week. So it's extremely diverse. But I've picked up like sliced cheese from this tiny little town in the middle of nowhere in Missouri that went to a McDonald's distribution center. I've hauled all kinds of produce, every kind of produce you can possibly think of. Fresh spinach, apples, potatoes, tomatoes, strawberries, huge, juicy, organic strawberries the size of freaking apples. Oh, my trailer smelled so good. I'm a strawberries and cherries, man, that's my kryptonite right there. I can eat the shit out of some strawberries and cherries. But yeah, we hauled these big plump organic strawberries that had just come from the field north of Los Angeles on the coast. So, you know, lettuce, kale, man, any kind of produce you can think of, we haul it. A tremendous amount of protein and poultry. So your beef, chicken, pork, probably our biggest customers are meat customers. So you're gonna run into just, I mean, I've hauled very expensive filet steak, 45,000 pounds of ground beef, bacon, sandwich meat, you name it. Every kind of chicken nuggets that went to McDonald's, spicy chicken sandwiches that went to fast food distributors, any kind of meat really that you can, that's out there. We haul all of that. And then just random, you know, like we also haul for several national or global yogurt brands. I mean, any kind of food. There's no way possible I could sit here and name off all the types of food that we haul. It's just like, it's enormous. Again, we are the largest refrigerated fleet in the country. And so the diversity of the product that we haul is, you know, like I said, 3 years in, and 4 out of 10 loads I've never run before. A lot of it's really fascinating too. Like you get to really see the inner workings, the engine of the U.S. economy, especially the food chain, this food supply chain. Because like I've been to this small little place that does shredded cheese, small little place in Utah. Had a fascinating conversation with some of the staff there, and unbeknownst to me, this little shredded cheese place in Utah supplies shredded cheese to Walmarts all across the country. You know, so when you go in and you buy a bag of cheese in Walmart, you see a brand on that bag, but you don't, like, where's it come from, you know? And so we kind of get to see that. It's really neat to see where so many of the things that you've purchased at so many points of your life, where those things originate, you know, and how they kind of come together and are seasoned and shredded and all that good stuff. Like, you get to see all that. Even on the dry side, yes, we reefer, those of us pulling reefer trailers, we haul a lot of dry freight too. Even on the dry side, I've hauled nightstands for Walmart. You know, like these wicker basket things. I've hauled glass containers for more fancier yogurt, socks and underwear for Walmart, calendars. I mean, I've hauled these big tubs of paint, bottled water. I mean, man, there's no way that I could just, in a very simple way, say, oh yeah, here's the freight we haul. Man, you will never see in a lifetime all of the customers that we haul freight for. So if it seems to me that when the question comes up, it's more a curiosity in like, will always be something different. A lot of times it won't, but you absolutely, month to month, even week to week, are gonna experience different shippers and receivers. Absolutely. Probably more so with a team truck than a solo truck. I think when I was running solo, I probably saw a lot more chicken plants and meat plants that were going to distribution centers. As a solo truck, I saw a lot more of that consistently. As a team truck, the diversity of what you can accomplish is because a lot of the produce loads, they have to get there fast, right? You want those tomatoes, those organic tomatoes that you're getting at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or Walmart or wherever. You want those tomatoes to come from the vine to that shelf as absolutely fast as possible. So usually a lot of that stuff is on team trucks. So team trucks are going to see a larger variety of different types of variances of freight, right? But still, even as a solo truck, man, sometimes it's just so random, you know. And it's not really. Now we have the meat patch, which would be like Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, even northwestern Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota. There's pork up in Minnesota, Wisconsin. That would be kind of the meat patch. But there's chicken plants like everywhere, in places you would never imagine that there would be chicken plants. I've picked up chicken loads in Phoenix, and I've picked up chicken loads in backwoods Alabama. I'm talking like 2-lane highway that you have to be on for 2 hours to get to. So it is definitely the case that if you're wondering what kind of freight we haul, with a curiosity of knowing if you come drive for Prime, is it going to be kind of a new adventure every week? The answer is absolutely yes. It is extremely diverse in terms of what you're going to haul, where you're going to pick it up, and where you're going to deliver it. Probably the places that you deliver it are going to become more common to you than the places you pick up, because it's just fewer distribution points than there are sources, right? So yeah, I can't sit here and list off it. I'm just like, it is incredibly wide-ranging in terms of what we haul, and if you come to Prime, what you're going to haul. So, and I love that. I love that it's something different. It changes up, different routes, different, you're always somewhere different. I love that. So, so yeah, it's not going to be boring. You're not going to be doing the same thing every Tuesday and then dropping it off at the same place every Friday. Not at all. Not at all. So hopefully that's exciting for you. It may not be the perfect answer for you, but that's my answer. Expect the unexpected and know that you come to Prime, you're going to haul all kinds of stuff, everything. And there will always be new things that you haven't hauled before. 3 years into it, 8 years into it, you're always going to have new experiences. And I think that's a good thing. So anyway, guys, hope that answers the question. Thanks so much. Be safe, make good decisions. As always, drive to thrive. Talk to you guys soon.